So what we're moving on to now is the awards part of the banquet tonight. Because of the importance of this, I'm going to implore everybody's sort of try to keep it down a little bit. We have some very distinguished alums here that we want to recognize. So the first prestigious award we'd like to present tonight is the Lifetime Service Award. This award is one we created 2 years ago from the Case School of Engineering to recognize an individual who has provided dedicated leadership, service, commitment to the students, faculty, and staff of the school over the span of many years. The co-recipients this year for the school's Lifetime Service Award are Jack Flynn and Charles Phipps. Unfortunately, Jack, a little applause. Now, 3 weeks ago when I was able to share with Jack our recognition of him for this award, it was actually quite an emotional afternoon for me and him. And unfortunately, because of health reasons, he's not able to attend tonight. His son, John, is here, and John will come up here in a few minutes. But I want to tell you a little bit about Jack. Jack is a 3-time Case Institute of Technology degree holder. He holds a Bachelor of Science, a Master of Science, and a doctorate in Chemical Engineering, our featured department a couple years ago. He's been an active volunteer at the school for over 50 years. So a few of you out there, I expect you to start participating here pretty quick. He served as a class agent for many years and is officer of the Midland Case Club. Many of you in chemical engineering know our connection to Midland and Dow, for example. He was a student recruiter for us up in that area. He's a member of the visiting committee and a member of the Case Advisory Board member. Jack has also endowed a scholarship that some of you are benefiting from to this day. He served as the national campaign chairman for the CAA's Case Promise campaign that generated $33 million in fundraising and was conducted in the early 1990s. Jack has done so much for our school and university. We truly appreciate his service. So John, where are you? John, come on up. On behalf of the Case School of Engineering, we'd like to honor your father, Jack Flynn, with the 2014 Lifetime Service Award, and congratulations to you and your family.
I'd like to thank the Think Box for making that one up. Could be used as a boat anchor too. This might get emotional, so forgive me. Thank you, Dean Dirk. Thank you to the sponsors, special guests, students. Unfortunately, yes, my father, Jack, is not able to attend the ceremony honoring him today. My name is also John Flynn, but I'm not the John Flynn. I've been asked by Jack to express his thoughts about receiving this award. First, let me convey that Jack is truly humbled and grateful for the recognition of his work with the Case Alumni Association. This institution has meant and still does mean a lot to him. He is quite proud of having been able to attend and succeed at Case Institute of Technology. His matriculation here afforded him many opportunities for success later in life. Jack is also quite happy that he's been able to give back time and effort to keep this university one of the best in the nation. Education is very important to Jack. Education is very important to Jack. There is nothing he enjoys more than watching a child or a grandchild walk across the stage to receive a diploma. With 7 children and 12 grandchildren, he's had lots of opportunities to do that. All right? And many of them have walked multiple times. The last 2 of his grandchildren graduate high school this year, and he's hoping to make both of those ceremonies as well. Jack has been able to provide support, moral and otherwise, to each and every one of his children and grandchildren towards their educational goals. Areas of study that members of our family are currently or formerly pursued include chemical engineering, packaging engineering, mechanical engineering, education, both math and science, biochemistry, business and finance, fine arts, culinary arts, botany, and genetics. You may note there's somewhat of a lean towards the science and math in my family. All right? The apples have not fallen too far from the tree. Again, Jack is very happy about receiving this award and wishes the best to the Case Alumni Association and their continued work. Thank you.
As I said, I had a chance to meet Jack just the other week, and he really is truly a remarkable man. I'd like to call up Charles Phipps now. Charles, come on up. Now our featured department is electrical engineering and computer science, and Charles earned his BS in electrical engineering in 1949 from the Case Institute of Technology. He had an impressive career at Texas Instruments and joined the company when it had 1,200 employees in 1956. That number grew to 73,000 in 1973. Many of us who are of that vintage remember quite well the TTL data book, the yellow book, if you will, that we all used. And that transition from analog circuitry for well logging in the Texas oil fields to the semiconductor industry that has revolutionized the world today. He was part of it. He was part of the company's leadership, kickstarting the digital revolution, and forever changing the way we live and work. Charles' remarkable leadership did not end, though, with his retirement. In 2005, he and his late brother John Phipps, also a CIT grad, bestowed an endowment in honor of their late father, Myron Phipps. This gift significantly helped fund the Great Lakes Energy Institute that all of us love, enjoy, and many of you participate in. Charles has also been a lawyer supporter for decades and served as the Case Club host and member on the most recent Campaign Leadership Committee and Dean's Visiting Committee. Charles, on behalf of the Case School of Engineering, we'd like to present with you the 2014 Lifetime Service Award, and congratulations again.
Good evening, distinguished guests, students, and alumni. I have a few brief comments. Jeff asked me to answer two questions. How did my years at Case prepare me for my career? And what brought me back to Case after 50 years to support the engineering school? When I came to Case in 1946, the campus was flooded with recently discharged GIs from World War II, and most of us were on the GI Bill. At the time, preparing to be an electrical engineer meant studying AC/DC motors, power distribution, instrumentation, and a few courses in controls and communications. Lab measurements and calculations were analog. The slide rule was our computer. It was fast, had direct readout, and accuracy to 3 significant figures. Also, it was portable. We carried it in a leather case from our belts. If you notice, this is load adjuster, property of the U.S. government. There's a story in that, too. Our undergraduate courses covered the engineering knowledge that's generally available at the time, and it was almost sufficient for a career. My first experience was with GE's test engineering program on the factory floor, testing large induction motors and high voltage transformers. We gained practical knowledge from the foremen and technicians. At that time, a manufacturing experience was considered a good starting point for a career in engineering. For supporting these initiatives grew, and I began to make financial donations to the school. Your case years can provide you with work habits as well as the core studies that will carry through your careers. Learn these habits and take advantage of being with other smart, hardworking students. Networking with your peers can serve you well, and over time it may assist you in gaining recognition from management. Unforeseen opportunities will have an impact. Certainly I was lucky to be on one of the exciting changes in the field, but also my work in developing new skills that allowed me to be ready to accept these challenges. I had an interesting perspective between the almost 10-year responsibility on corporate staff in a large company of essentially directing and funding internal ventures and the subsequent 25 years at Seven Rosen of working as external ventures. And I've commented that a few times in other talk. There are about half a dozen sharp contrasts, one of which is one Bob Herbold mentioned, and that is independent ventures, you seek the best possible people. In internal venture, you often have to take what is available. And to try and find a good man, you meet considerable resistance from the corporate officers. We're not going to take them off that business. And from the individual himself, who would say, why should I risk my career with a high-risk new venture when I have momentum going with me as a recognized business manager that's making its profits and contributing to the cash flow of the corporation? I urge you to remain involved with CASE. Through visits and alumni meetings, stay in touch with your professors. And when there are common areas of interest, help support them. It's important to you and your profession that CASE continues to thrive and develop. Thank you very much.